So Morgan Freeman is with us today, and I've read up, obviously, on things that you've said in the past about Dr. Martin Luther King. And you had said this: Dr. Martin Luther King is not a black hero. He is an American
hero.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Well, I think if you sort of categorize people, it tends to dilute their importance. Referring to Dr. Martin Luther King as a black hero, it lessens his stature. He's an American hero. He's no less than any other hero we have here. That we don't dilute like that.
You know, here's a heavy question. Where do you feel like we are in race relations in America 50 years after the I Have a Dream speech?
Yeah, I'm like everybody else. I think we've come quite a long way, but we had so far to go, and we still have quite a ways to go in race relations in this country. And I expect that by the time we've solved that problem, we will have developed others. So, you know, life goes on.
I see what you're saying. Chaos and calm, right? A constant back and forth. What do you think, though, about is the Trayvon Martin case? Is that anything that is indicative or reflective of our relations among the races as a whole?
You want to say yes. I'm afraid to say yes about that. It's a little more complicated than that, but yes, I think that profiling is still a big problem we have here. We talked about stop and search in New York. That's obvious profiling because most of the people they stop and search are black and Hispanic. The mayor says, well, yeah, but that's in the high crime zones. Really? It's like if you look in the prisons, who's in prison for drugs? Blacks and Hispanics. But that's the lowest echelon of the whole problem. I think it's indicative.
Where were you 50 years ago? Do you remember? Did you take part in any of the civil rights marches or movements?
I was in San Francisco. There was no way I was working at the post office. I couldn't get from there to Washington.
50 years ago, you were not enacting?
Yes, well, I had to leave San Francisco. I had to get out of there and go someplace where my career was going to get a better jump. So I was trying to get to New York, and you can always get work at the post office. So
did you guys know that? He used to be the postman.
Yeah.
All right. Morgan